Have you ever caught yourself wondering, is she just being polite? Or is there something more behind that smile? Trying to decode what a woman really means can feel like solving a puzzle with half the pieces missing. But today, I'm going to break down 7 undeniable signs that show she's not just being friendly, she's sending clear signals of something deeper. These signals aren't random, and they're definitely not accidental. They're backed by psychology and the natural behaviors we all display when attraction starts to bloom. Stick with me until the end, because I'll also be sharing some powerful psychological insights that could completely change the way you approach attraction and help you confidently read the room, whether you're dating, flirting, or just starting to explore a connection. Welcome back, channel, where we dive deep into human psychology, decode relationships, and help you unlock your full potential as a confident, high-value man. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and join our growing community of men who are mastering success in every area of life, from relationships to personal growth. Now, let's be honest. We've all been there. That moment where you wonder, was she just being kind? Or was there something more? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. 7 crystal clear signs that she's thinking about more than just friendship. 1. Eye contact, the silent language of attraction. Eye contact speaks volumes, often louder than words ever could. When a woman's genuinely interested, her eyes become a window into her thoughts, reflecting curiosity, excitement, and sometimes even vulnerability. If her gaze lingers just a little longer than normal, or if you notice her pupils dilating when she looks at you, that's no coincidence. Science backs this up. Our pupils naturally dilate when we see someone we're attracted to, but it's not just about how long she looks. It's about how deeply she looks. If she holds eye contact and then quickly looks away, don't misread that as disinterest. That little flicker of shyness is often a sign that she's feeling something, and it's catching her off guard. In a world where screens dominate our attention and genuine connection feels rare, eye contact is still one of the purest, most human ways we show interest. Pay attention to this silent language. It often reveals more than words ever could. And for men navigating dating and relationships in their 40s, 50s, or beyond, these signs matter even more. At this stage in life, the focus shifts from fleeting attraction to genuine, meaningful connection, and understanding these cues can make all the difference. Eye contact is universal. It crosses cultures, ages, and even personality types. When you catch her eyes lingering or notice the way she seems to brighten up in your presence, don't overlook it. This isn't about making assumptions, it's about being present, observing, understanding the dynamics playing out in real time. In a fast-paced world, the power of simply paying attention is often underestimated. As Seneca said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So when these moments happen, don't let them slip by. Use them, build trust, spark deeper conversation, lay the foundation for something real. Because recognizing these signs isn't just about attraction. It's about understanding and respecting the layers of someone's emotions. Real connection doesn't start with clever lines. It starts with awareness, attention, and reading the subtle, unspoken language of the eyes. 2. Physical proximity and touch. When space shrinks, attraction grows. Physical space, mixed or lack of it, is one of the most revealing clues when it comes to attraction. Ever noticed how the gap between you and someone else seems to magically shrink when there's a spark? If she leans in closer than usual, finds reasons to be near you, or subtly steps into your personal space, it's rarely accidental. This is her body language doing the talking. It's a non-verbal way of saying, I feel comfortable with you, clear sign of trust and attraction starting to form. Attraction isn't just something we say, it's something we show in all these small, instinctive ways. But it doesn't stop there. When a woman starts to initiate touch, whether it's a light brush against your arm, a playful tap on your shoulder, or even letting her hand linger just a moment longer than necessary, these aren't random or accidental. These subtle touches are deliberate. They're her way of testing the waters, gauging your reaction, and exploring the potential for something more. As the ancient philosophers wisely put it, we have two ears and one mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. In this case, it's not just about listening to her words, it's about paying attention to her actions, because those actions often reveal far more than anything she'll ever say out loud. In today's world, where so much of our communication happens through screens, with emojis and quick texts standing in for real connection, physical proximity carries even more weight. Think about it. How often do we rely on digital shortcuts to express feelings that are so much richer when shared through a touch, a glance, or the warmth of being close? When she steps into your space, she's not just crossing an invisible boundary. She's showing trust, comfort, and maybe even attraction. Have you ever been at a gathering or on a date when someone leaned in just a little closer while talking, and somehow it felt completely natural? There's something magnetic about that kind of unspoken closeness. It creates a connection that words alone can't match. And when she reaches out, even if it's just a small touch to emphasize a point, it's often her way of saying, "I'm curious. I'm testing this connection. How will you respond? Are you open and receptive? Or do you pull back? Maybe out of shyness, maybe because you're unsure of her intentions." Let me share a quick story that illustrates this perfectly. A man in his late 50s told me about a woman he met at a local coffee shop. At first, their conversations were casual, friendly, nothing too deep. But over time, something shifted. She started leaning in closer when they spoke. Occasionally, her hand would rest on his for just a second longer than needed when she made a point. These weren't big, dramatic gestures. They were small, intentional moments that gradually deepened their connection. It took him a while to realize it, but those little touches weren't just about comfort. They were signs of growing interest. Signals that she wanted to see if something more could develop. Now think about your own life. Have you ever paused to consider the meaning behind those seemingly small interactions? This isn't about overanalyzing every move she makes. That's a fast track to confusion. It's about being present, paying attention to the energy between you, picking up on the subtle but meaningful clues that show how she feels. As Seneca reminds us, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. In this context, kindness means recognizing those moments of connection and responding to them with warmth, respect, and maybe even a bit of boldness. For men, especially those in their 40s, 50s, or beyond, understanding the language of physical proximity and touch can completely shift how you approach relationships. When she leans closer, when her hand brushes yours, don't write it off as meaningless or accidental. Instead, see it for what it is: an invitation, a sign that she feels safe with you, comfortable, curious about what might happen next. This isn't just about attraction, it's about building something real. Connections rooted in trust, awareness, and mutual respect. Embrace a stoic mindset, one that values observation and patience over impulsiveness. Let your actions come from a place of quiet confidence, not over eagerness, because in the end, physical closeness and touch aren't just signals, they're invitations. Invitations to explore a deeper, more meaningful bond. And when you learn how to recognize and respond to these subtle cues, you open the door to connections that don't just spark momentary attraction. They lay the foundation for something lasting. Flirting, though the art of playful connection. Of course, physical touch isn't the only way attraction shows itself. Flirting, real, playful flirting, is one of the most fascinating signals you'll ever encounter. It goes far beyond surface-level compliments or casual banter. Flirting is woven into how she interacts with you, how she teases you, how she playfully challenges your opinions, or drops remarks with just a hint of intrigue. Well, when a woman flirts, she's doing two things: testing the waters, watching how you respond. Have you ever been in a conversation where the teasing felt different? Like it wasn't just humor, it was a playful challenge, a subtle push to see if you could match her energy. That's the magic of flirting. It's not just communication, it's connection in motion. Flirting also creates tension, and that tension is a critical ingredient in romantic chemistry. When she playfully calls you out or laughs at one of your quirks, it's not just for fun. It's her way of building a shared dynamic, a little inside game that draws you closer. The beauty of flirting is that it's co-creation. It's a dance where both people contribute. Her playful remark, your confident comeback, the unspoken energy that grows between you. Mastering the art of noticing and responding to these cues will transform not just your dating life, but your overall confidence. Because when you understand that attraction isn't just about what's said, but about how it's said, where she stands, how she looks at you, and the energy she brings into your space, you stop guessing and start truly connecting. Want me to keep going with more signals? Why does this matter? Because when a woman flirts with you, playfully teasing, challenging your ideas, or throwing in a sly remark, it's her indirect but powerful way of showing interest. A confident, high-value man doesn't overthink or misread these moments. He recognizes them for what they are and responds with ease and self-assurance. Have you ever caught yourself wondering, am I handling this the right way? Here's the truth. It's all in how you react. If you can roll with her teasing, laugh along, or even playfully push back, you're showing her exactly what she's looking for. That you're grounded, composed, and capable of enjoying the moment without losing your cool. In modern relationships where subtle signals often speak louder than grand gestures, these moments matter more than you might realize. Let me share a quick story. A man once told me about a woman he met at a networking event. From the start, she laughed at his jokes, playfully challenged his ideas, and even teased him about being a bit too serious. At first, he assumed it was all friendly banter, nothing more. But over time, it became clear her playful energy wasn't random. It was her way of signaling interest while also testing whether he could keep up with her wit and match her energy. And that's the beauty of flirting. It's not just about attraction, it's about seeing if you're compatible, if your humor, mindset, and presence align with hers. In today's fast-paced world, flirting happens in layers, some obvious, some incredibly subtle. That's why adopting a Stoic mindset is essential. Stay present, calm, and observant, rather than overreacting or second-guessing yourself. Women flirt not just to show interest, but to see how you handle attention. Can you hold your composure when the spotlight's on you? Can you meet her playful energy without becoming flustered or defensive? As the great teachers remind us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. When you meet her playful teasing with humor, confidence, and grace, you're showing her something rare, that you're a man of substance and self-assurance, because ultimately, flirting is more than just fun. It's an art form, a dance made up of subtle signals, humor, and unspoken words. For men aiming to embody Stoic happiness and live as high-value individuals, recognizing these moments and knowing how to handle them is key. When she teases you, throws in a flirty comment, or challenges you with that mischievous smile, it's not just entertainment, it's her way of exploring the potential connection between you. Your ability to handle those moments with confidence, warmth, and a touch of humor can make all the difference. By staying true to who you are, grounded, aware, and present, you create the kind of atmosphere where genuine connection can grow. And remember, as Seneca wisely said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So prepare yourself by staying aware, grounded, and ready to fully engage in the subtle art of connection that flirting invites. When the conversation gets personal, flirting is one thing, but when a woman starts steering the conversation into more personal or even intimate territory, that's a clear sign you've moved into a whole new dynamic. Now, this shift doesn't happen by accident, it's intentional. It's her way of signaling that she's comfortable enough with you to open up and maybe even interested in something deeper. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where she suddenly starts talking about confidence, attraction, or relationships in a way that felt pointed, almost like the words were meant just for you? When a woman says something like, "I love confident men," or "It's so attractive when a man knows what he wants," she's not just sharing random thoughts. She's giving you a window into her desires. These kinds of comments are subtle invitations. Her way of seeing if you're paying attention, if you'll step into the moment with her and show her whether you align with what she's looking for. As Seneca said, speech is the index of the mind. In moments like these, her words are a direct reflection of her thoughts and feelings, even if she's not saying them outright. When a woman feels comfortable enough to bring up vulnerable topics like attraction, intimacy, or what she finds irresistible in a man, it's not just small talk, it's a sign that she sees you as more than a friend, someone she could potentially trust with a deeper connection. This kind of openness is especially significant in today's world, where so many interactions are guarded or surface level. If she's willing to let her guard down with you, that says a lot. But here's the key. While these conversations are strong signals, they aren't promises or guarantees of anything immediate. What they do show is her willingness to be real with you, to explore whether there's chemistry, emotional safety, and mutual interest. For men in their 40s, 50s, and beyond, these moments hold even greater weight. At this stage, most people aren't interested in wasting time. Authenticity and depth matter more than ever. So when a woman opens up about attraction, confidence, or what she wants in a partner, don't just hear the words. Understand what's beneath them. See the trust she's offering you, and respond with that same level of presence, respect, and grounded confidence, because ultimately, these deeper conversations are more than flirtation. They're invitations to build a connection that's meaningful, mature, and built to last. Want me to keep going with the next signs? More than just attraction. When a woman starts opening up about intimacy, confidence, or attraction, it's so much more than just small talk. It's an invitation, an opportunity to connect with her not only physically, but emotionally and intellectually. And that's the foundation of any truly meaningful relationship. Now think about how rare these conversations are today. In a world where so much communication happens behind screens, people tend to guard their true feelings. So when someone steps out from behind that wall and chooses to talk openly about what attracts them, what they desire, or what confidence means to them, that's a moment to pay attention to. Here's a story that might resonate. A man met someone later in life through a shared hobby, something they were both passionate about. As their conversations naturally deepened, one day she casually mentioned how much she admired his confidence in pursuing his passions. At first, it felt like a simple compliment. But looking back, he realized that comment was a door opening. an invitation to explore their connection more deeply. That shared moment of honesty ended up laying the groundwork for a romantic relationship built on both their passions and mutual admiration. The point is, these conversations, the ones where someone's words linger in your mind long after, are often the bridge between what's unspoken and what could become something real and lasting. What about you? When was the last time someone said something to you that made you wonder if there was something deeper beneath the surface? This is where the wisdom of Stoicism becomes invaluable. When a woman brings up intimacy or attraction, don't rush to conclusions. Don't let assumptions or impulsive reactions get in the way. Stay grounded, be fully present. Listen, not just to her words, but to what's beneath them. That's what separates a high-value man from the rest. Confidence, respect, and emotional intelligence. These qualities aren't just attractive, they're the foundation of real connection. These personal conversations aren't about instant gratification, they're about exploration. She's giving you a glimpse into how she feels, but she's also seeing how you'll respond. Will you honor her vulnerability with curiosity and care? Or will you push too fast and miss the moment entirely? When you respond with patience, respect, and curiosity, you're not only honoring her openness, you're creating a space where both of you can discover what's possible together. In the end, as the ancient teachers wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Let that be your guide in these moments. Approach them as opportunities, so not just to connect with her, but to grow into the kind of man who embodies calm confidence, emotional depth, and the art of meaningful relationships. If you're still reading, if you've made it this far, it's clear how you're someone who values not just attraction, but understanding and authentic connection. Drop a comment saying, I see the signs, if you're ready to master the subtle dynamics that make all the difference. Stick around, there's so much more to uncover. When compliments reveal something, more compliments, they might seem small, but they hold immense power in human connection. And when a woman starts offering you specific, personal compliments, it's often a clear sign that her interest is shifting from casual to something far more personal. These aren't the generic, polite remarks you get from acquaintances. These are the kind of compliments that go deeper. The ones that reveal admiration, attraction, and a growing sense of connection. If she's noticing and praising your style, the way you carry yourself, or even something as intimate as your scent, that's not just casual chatter. That's her way of saying, I see you. And when she goes even deeper and complimenting your confidence, your perspective on life, or even the way you make her feel, it's a clear sign she's seeing you through a more romantic lens. Let me ask you, have you ever had someone point out a quality in you that even you hadn't fully noticed about yourself? It feels different, doesn't it? That's because these moments often signal a shift in how they see you, no longer just as a friend or someone they enjoy talking to, but as someone they could become closer to on a much deeper level. In today's fast-paced world, where expressing emotions directly can feel risky, compliments become a bridge, connecting what's already known to what's only hoped for. One man in his 50s, after decades spent focused on his career, found himself on the receiving end of these kinds of compliments from someone new in his life. It took him a while to realize they weren't just polite niceties, they were invitations, subtle but real, to step into a new kind of connection. The key is, you don't need to overanalyze every word, just be aware. When a woman starts complimenting not just how you look, but how you move through the world, how you make her feel, or how you see life, pay attention. These aren't just words, they're windows into her attraction, her admiration, and her interest in something more. So want me to continue with even more signs and deeper insights? The power behind genuine compliments. There was a man who found himself pleasantly surprised after meeting a woman at a local community event. At first, her compliments about his sharp thinking and how his presence seemed to light up the room felt like polite small talk. Nothing out of the ordinary. But as time went on, the compliments didn't stop. In fact, they became more personal and more frequent. She'd mention how confident he seemed when he spoke, or how his laughter had a way of brightening her entire day. These weren't random, throwaway remarks. They were carefully chosen, little windows into her growing admiration and attraction. What about you? When someone gives you a genuine compliment, how do you react? Do you brush it off? Do you downplay it? Or do you pause and take a moment to appreciate what they're actually saying and what it might mean? Just like with many moments of attraction, these situations call for a stoic mindset, staying calm, self-aware, and thoughtful. Compliments aren't just about making you feel good. They're also about connection. When someone admires a quality in you, they're not just telling you who you are. They're showing you that they feel safe enough to be vulnerable, to express how you make them feel. More than just words. For a high-value man, especially one grounded in stoic confidence, compliments, particularly ones that touch on your confidence, your presence, or the way you make someone feel, carry emotional weight. When she tells you that you make her feel safe, inspired, or happy, she's not just describing you, she's giving you a glimpse into how being around you affects her. That's powerful. It's not just about admiration, it's about building intimacy, one thoughtful compliment at a time. Stoic reflection. This is where modern Stoicism comes into play. Recognizing that while you can't control what someone says or feels, you can control how you respond. When someone genuinely sees and appreciates the best in you, how do you handle it? As the ancient Stoics taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. These compliments, they're gifts. Invitations to connect, to build trust, and to lay the groundwork for something deeper. Embrace and elevate. Don't let these moments slip by unnoticed. Accept them with gratitude and quiet confidence. When you embrace these moments with grace, you turn them into stepping stones for deeper connection, rooted not just in attraction, but in mutual respect and understanding. As Seneca wisely put it, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Be prepared to see the significance in her words, to respond with authenticity, and to nurture the connection she's inviting you to build. Alone time. One of the clearest signs. There's another powerful sign that her interest goes beyond casual. When she starts finding excuses to spend one-on-one time with you, think about it. Does she suggest grabbing coffee, ask for your advice on something personal, or find reasons to pull you aside from the group? These moments aren't just about convenience. They're deliberate choices to create space where the two of you can connect naturally, without distractions. The power of presence. A woman who isn't interested isn't going to go out of her way to create private moments with you, especially in today's busy world where time is precious and social schedules are packed. There's a great story about a man who realized this after a woman in his social circle started inviting him to join her for early morning walks. At first, he thought it was just about staying active, something they both enjoyed. But over time, it became clear those walks weren't really about fitness. They were about creating space for quiet conversations, laughter, and moments where they could truly see each other without the noise of the group around them. What about you? Have you ever wondered why someone keeps making time for you choosing quiet, personal moments over larger group hangouts? If so, it's worth pausing to consider how those moments make you feel and what they might reveal about her intentions. Beyond scheduling, a willingness to be vulnerable. These invitations go much deeper than simply finding free time. They show a willingness to be vulnerable, to step outside of casual interactions, and to explore what might be possible between you. And here's the key. The only way to truly honor those moments is to show up as your authentic self. Because real connection, and the kind that lasts, isn't built on performances or personas. It's built on two people being real with each other, one shared moment at a time. Meeting her openness with sincerity. When a woman chooses to spend one-on-one time with you, it's rarely just about passing the time. She's not only saying she enjoys your company, she's quietly testing the waters of intimacy, seeing how you respond to her invitation for closeness. This is your chance to show her the qualities of a high-value man, confidence, attentiveness, and the kind of calm presence that comes from inner security. It's in these private moments, away from the noise and distractions, that real connections start to form. Vulnerability is rare and valuable. In today's fast-paced world, people often avoid vulnerability. It's easier to stick to surface-level interactions than to risk putting your real feelings out there. That's why when a woman goes out of her way to carve out time with you, it's not random, it's intentional. She's expressing interest, even if she's not saying it directly, and that takes courage. These quieter moments create space for honesty, curiosity, and connection, if you're present enough to recognize them. As Seneca wisely said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. That's exactly the mindset to bring into these moments. Don't overthink where it's all heading. Just be there with her. Whether it's a casual coffee meet-up or an unexpected offer to help her with something, see it for what it is. A chance to show her you value her trust and are open to discovering where this connection might lead. The way you respond defines everything. The signals she's giving you, they're deliberate. She's showing you how comfortable she feels around you. But recognizing these signs isn't enough. It's how you respond that shapes what happens next. If you dismiss these moments as coincidences or miss their meaning entirely, you risk letting something real slip through your fingers. But if you meet her openness with attentiveness, warmth, and a willingness to connect, you create a space where trust and deeper attraction can grow naturally. So, when she makes that effort to be alone with you, how do you respond? Do you show her that you see her effort and that you appreciate and reciprocate her interest? As modern Stoic wisdom teaches, a man of value doesn't just observe, he acts with intention, grace, and respect. These moments are gifts, not just casual hangouts. They're invitations to connect in a way that goes far deeper than surface-level attraction. Approach them with gratitude and curiosity, not pressure or expectation. As the ancient Stoics reminded us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In the same way, the richness of a relationship doesn't come from grand gestures, but from these small, authentic moments of shared time and understanding. When you recognize and honor her efforts to create space for connection, you're not just responding to her interest, you're showing her that her vulnerability is safe with you. That's the foundation of a relationship built on trust, mutual respect, and the potential for something deeply meaningful. Vulnerability, the ultimate signal. If there's one signal that reveals a woman's interest more than anything else, it's vulnerability, and it's not something she offers lightly. When a woman feels safe with you, she starts to lower her guard. She'll share stories, fears, past experiences, not for attention, but because something in her trusts you with her unfiltered self. These moments are deliberate acts of trust. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone opened up about something deeply personal and you could feel the shift in the energy between you? That's vulnerability in action, and it's a bridge to a deeper connection. As Seneca put it, "He who is brave is free." Her bravery in showing vulnerability is proof of the freedom she feels in your presence, a sign that she sees you as someone she can truly trust. In a world where most interaction stays surface level and guarded, vulnerability stands out as a rare and precious gift. It's her way of saying, "I see potential here." Do you? The power of feeling heard. There's a story of a man in his late 40s who had been getting to know a woman over a few months. One day, over coffee, she opened up about a past relationship that left her feeling unsure about trust. At first, he felt awkward, not knowing what to say. But then he realized she wasn't looking for advice or solutions. She simply wanted to feel heard. That's the lesson. When someone trusts you with their vulnerability, it's not about fixing. It's about being present. If you can meet those moments with calm curiosity and quiet strength, you don't just make her feel safe. You show her the kind of man you are. That's the essence of Stoic confidence, the ability to hold space for vulnerability without needing to control it. So the next time she makes time for you, opens up, or subtly signals her interest, see it for what it is, an opportunity to build something real, not through grand moves, but through presence, patience, and respect. And in doing so, you not only embody the traits of a high-value man, you become the kind of man she feels safe choosing. Safe enough to show her true self. That moment, when a woman feels safe enough to open up and reveal her inner world, is often a turning point. It's not just small talk. It's a signal that she's letting you in, inviting you to see a side of her she doesn't show everyone. Moments like these deepen the connection, opening the door to something far more intimate than casual conversation. Have you ever stopped to really think about the weight of someone trusting you with their personal thoughts and feelings? It's not just about understanding her better. It's her way of saying, without words, that she sees you as someone who could matter to her in a way that goes beyond friendship. Vulnerability leads to deeper intimacy. When a woman allows herself to be vulnerable, it's often the first step toward deeper emotional and even physical intimacy. Trust creates the foundation where closeness can grow naturally. This beautifully reflects one of the core lessons of Stoic philosophy, the importance of being fully present and aware when meaningful moments unfold. Marcus Aurelius said it best. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. That same mindset applies here. Recognizing vulnerability for the gift that it is requires mindfulness and emotional intelligence. It means responding with care and respect, not rushing ahead, not making assumptions, just being present with her openness. Vulnerability signals more than attraction. When a woman trusts you enough to show vulnerability, she's not just hinting at attraction, she's exploring whether you could be someone worth building something real with. Your role isn't to figure out where it's going, it's to create a safe space where her feelings are validated, her trust is honored, and she knows you're truly listening. This is where Stoic principles guide you by reminding you to stay present and appreciate the moment for what it is without obsessing over where it might lead. Vulnerability is a two-way street, but here's the other side of it. When someone opens up to you, it's also a moment to reflect on your own walls. Are you showing her the real you, or are you holding back, staying behind your own emotional armor? As Epictetus reminds us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. If you want a connection built on trust and authenticity, you need to meet her openness with your own. Let her see your experiences, your emotions, and your truth, not just the polished version of yourself. Vulnerability is a sign of respect. At its core, vulnerability isn't just about attraction. It's about respect and trust. When a woman drops her guard around you, she's saying, "I trust you with this part of me. Please handle it with care." That's a profound gift, one that lays the foundation for a real, lasting connection. It's easy to get caught up wondering what her openness means, but the real question is, how will you respond? Will you honor her trust and meet her where she is? Or will you let the moment pass by unnoticed? As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Stay present, listen fully, appreciate the courage it takes to be vulnerable. In doing so, you show her that you're not just another passing presence in her life. You're someone who values real connection. That's what sets a high-value man apart. The ability to recognize the deeper signals behind a woman's words and actions, and respond with confidence, empathy, and respect. The 7 signals and your next step. So there you have it. 7 clear signs that a woman may be inviting you into something deeper. But this isn't just about spotting signs. It's about understanding them and responding with emotional intelligence, calm confidence, and integrity. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed these signals in your own life? How did you respond? Share your experiences in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else who's navigating these moments right now. And if you found value in this conversation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might appreciate these insights. Here at Win Stoic, our mission is to help you step fully into your confidence, presence, and self-respect, so you can become the high-value person you were always meant to be. Stay resilient and keep growing. Have you ever caught yourself wondering if you're really picking up on the subtle signals women send? The ones that aren't said out loud, but felt in the space between words? In our last video, we uncovered 7 undeniable signs of attraction, but there's an even deeper layer beneath the surface. Welcome back to Win Stoic, where today we're diving into the art of recognizing and responding to those subtle, unspoken signals women share, the kind of signals that can turn a casual moment into a meaningful connection. In a world that moves fast and leaves little room for genuine connection, mastering this skill is about more than just relationships. It's about self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and personal growth. So if you're ready to sharpen your awareness and connect on a whole new level, stick around. And if you missed our last video, make sure to check it out after this one. Together, they'll transform how you approach attraction, connection, and communication. Let's jump in. The silent language of attraction. Often what's left unsaid speaks the loudest. Nonverbal communication, the way someone moves, the tone they use, the tiny expressions that flicker across their face, all these clues offer a window into their feeling and intentions. For men, especially those in their 40s, 50s, 60s and beyond, understanding this unspoken language is an essential skill. These signals are everywhere. The way she leans in just a little closer when you're talking, the way her eyes linger when you catch her gaze, a soft smile, a playful tilt of her head, or even the way she unconsciously mirrors your gestures. These aren't random. They're signals of openness, interest, and curiosity, but only if you know how to spot them. Even her tone of voice matters. If it softens when she talks to you or carries a playful, teasing lilt, pay attention. These are signs worth noting. And then there are micro-expressions, those fleeting flashes of emotion that cross her face for just a heartbeat. They might show joy, nervousness, or even desire, and they're incredibly revealing if you're present enough to catch them. Marcus Aurelius put it beautifully. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. In the same way, her body language and subtle cues reflect her truest feelings toward you, often long before she ever says a word. Why this skill matters more than ever. In a world where so much of our communication happens behind screens, the ability to read in-person signals is a superpower. These subtle cues, and the kind you can't fake over text, are what build trust and real understanding. Picture this. You're having a conversation and she's fully engaged. Her hands move with energy, her smile reaches her eyes, and she leans in just a touch closer than necessary. These aren't random gestures, and they're tells revealing her comfort and the value she's placing on the connection you're building. But here's the thing. Recognizing these signals takes presence and emotional intelligence, two traits at the heart of Stoic wisdom. Epicurus put it simply, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. That's the same mindset you need when it comes to reading the unspoken, not just hearing what's said, but noticing what's shown. Shifting focus from words to actions. This shift in focus, from what she says to how she acts around you, can completely change how you understand attraction. A woman might not always come right out and say she's interested, but she might. Hold eye contact just a beat longer, angle her body toward you, even in a group setting, or find subtle reasons to touch your arm or shoulder. These are her way of communicating interest without saying it outright. For men learning to embody the calm strength of Stoicism, this is your chance to practice patience and clarity, to observe without jumping to conclusions, and to understand her intentions before you react. Apply it to your daily life. So how do you actually apply this? Start by making a conscious effort to be present in your interactions. Not stuck in your head, planning what to say next, but actually tuned in to how she's acting. Notice the little things, her gestures, her expressions, her tone. Pay attention to how her energy shifts when you walk into a room. Tune in to the atmosphere between you, those moments when words fall away and body language takes over. The more you practice, the sharper your awareness becomes, and the more naturally you'll start picking up on these signals without overthinking them. And here's the bonus. As you develop this skill, you're not just improving your relationships. You're cultivating deeper connections in all areas of life, built on respect, understanding, and authentic presence. Seneca said it best. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. When you're prepared to see the signals others miss, you unlock opportunities for real, meaningful connection, ready to take it further. So, have you noticed these signals before? How did you respond? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments, because your experiences might help someone else on their journey too. And if you found value in today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone looking to build stronger, more meaningful connections. At Win Stoic, our mission is to help you become the confident, self-aware, high-value man you were always meant to be. Nonverbal communication, your preparation, meaningful relationships, the opportunity. The way you communicate without words sets the stage, and the deep, meaningful relationships you build are the reward. When you embrace this mindset, you'll find yourself navigating the subtle art of attraction with more confidence, clarity, and a real understanding of human connection. Because at the end of the day, building a true emotional connection with someone isn't just about what you say. It's about the space you create, the way you make them feel, and how much they trust you with their inner world. Why this matters even more for men 40 plus. For men navigating relationships in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, emotional connection becomes even more important. It's not just about chemistry or shared interests. It's about creating an environment where she feels truly safe to express her thoughts, her emotions, and even her vulnerabilities, all without fear of judgment. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you really listened? Not just with your ears, but with your full attention, your presence? The truth is, women don't open up to just anyone. It takes a man who shows patience, empathy, and authenticity to earn that level of trust. When you focus on what you can control, your demeanor, your attentiveness, your reactions, you naturally create a space where she feels valued and understood. In a distracted world, presence is power. We live in a world filled with distractions. Meaningful conversations can feel rare, but here's the thing, it's often the small moments that create the deepest bonds. One man once shared a story. He noticed a woman he was getting to know seemed quiet and hesitant in group settings, but when they were one-on-one, something shifted. He didn't try to impress her with big gestures or dominate the conversation. Instead, he asked open-ended questions, leaned in slightly, and kept his presence calm and supportive. Over time, she began to share her dreams, her fears, her past experiences, and with each layer she revealed, their connection deepened. How do people respond to your presence? Now think about your own experiences. Have you ever noticed how people respond when you give them your undivided attention? Not half listening while thinking about your next move, but really being there, free of interruptions, free of distractions. It's not about saying the perfect thing. It's about making someone feel seen and heard. Creating safe space equals true connection. Creating that safe space goes deeper than just listening. It's about understanding that vulnerability is a two-way street. When she opens up, it's not an invitation to fix her problems or rush to solutions. It's a chance for you to respond with your own authenticity. This is where modern Stoic principles come into play. A Stoic mindset teaches you how to stay grounded and calm, even when emotions run high. Instead of reacting defensively or impulsively, you can meet her openness with steady confidence, showing her that you're someone who can handle her truth with care and respect. Epicurus said it best, "We have two ears and one mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In moments of vulnerability, listening becomes your superpower, the key to deeper connection. Recognizing her as an individual. Building emotional connection is also about recognizing her individuality, seeing her not just as a romantic interest, but as a whole person with her own experiences, values, and fear. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything she says, but it does mean validating her feelings and showing her that her perspective matters. When you do this, you lay the foundation for mutual respect, which is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. For the Stoic man, it's about depth over surface. For men who want to embody Stoic confidence and happiness, this approach aligns perfectly, focusing your attention on what truly matters: real connection, genuine trust, emotional depth. That's what separates a meaningful relationship from just another fleeting encounter. When she feels truly seen, heard, and appreciated, the connection between you deepens, and the relationship has a chance to evolve into something truly fulfilling. The core question. At the heart of all this is one powerful question. How do you make someone feel when they're around you? If the answer is safe, valued, and understood, you're already on the right track. But if you find yourself struggling to connect, take a step back and reflect. Are you fully present or caught up in your own thoughts? Are you showing her who you really are, or hiding behind a polished facade? As Seneca wisely said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. When you focus on the present moment and put your energy into creating genuine, meaningful connection, like you're not just enriching her life, like you're enriching your own. But here's the truth. Building a genuine emotional connection isn't just about understanding her. It's also about understanding yourself and embracing the qualities that define a high-value man: patience, kindness, authenticity, and quiet confidence. Because confidence and arrogance might look similar at first glance, but the difference between the two can make or break your interactions, especially when it comes to picking up on and responding to subtle signals from women. The confidence-arrogance divide. Confidence comes from being secure in who you are. It's knowing your worth while respecting others. It's a calm, grounded presence that speaks for itself. Arrogance, on the other hand, comes from insecurity. It craves attention, puts others down to feel important, and constantly seeks validation. For men who want to show up as high value and emotionally intelligent, walking this line matters, because women can sense the difference almost instantly, and the way they respond to you will often reflect the energy you bring into the interaction. Marcus Aurelius said it best: "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." True confidence means freeing yourself from the need for constant validation and instead focusing on the value you bring to every interaction. Why this matters more than ever. In today's fast-paced, attention-seeking world, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you need to prove your worth by standing out, being the loudest, or making sure everyone knows your value. But here's the reality. Arrogance pushes people away, while genuine confidence draws them in. Think back to a time you met someone truly confident. They didn't need to brag or dominate the conversation. They listened, they spoke with clarity, and they treated everyone around them with respect. Now compare that to someone who constantly talked about themselves, dismissed others' opinions, or tried to control every interaction. The difference is crystal clear. Confidence creates connection. Confidence makes people feel seen, heard, and valued. Arrogance demands attention and often alienates the very people you're trying to connect with. One man in his 50s shared how this lesson changed his life. Early on, he leaned toward arrogance, trying to impress women and everyone else with his accomplishments. But as he started living by the principles of Win Stoic, something shifted. He stopped trying to prove himself and started focusing on being present, listening more than talking, showing genuine interest. The result? Women started responding to him differently, not because he changed who he was, but because he refined how he carried himself. That's the power of quiet confidence. The Stoic approach to confidence, a Stoic mindset, teaches you to value your inner strength and not let outside opinions shake your sense of worth. Epicurus summed it up perfectly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Real confidence doesn't mean you bulldoze conversations or flex your achievements. It means you show up with grace and calmness, no matter the situation. When it comes to women, confidence is about respecting her boundaries, being aware of her nonverbal signals, responding thoughtfully instead of forcing the moment. High-value men don't need to announce their worth. They embody it through their actions, their words, and their energy. Confidence builds bridges, arrogance burns them. So, Next time you're interacting with someone, whether it's a date, a new acquaintance, or someone you've known for years, ask yourself, am I fully present, or am I trying too hard to impress? Am I respectful and attuned, or am I dominating the space? Seneca left us this reminder. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. When you stay grounded in the moment and focus on genuine connection, instead of worrying about the outcome, you naturally show up as the kind of man who commands respect without demanding it. That's the kind of confidence that attracts and sustains real connections. You're already on the right path. The fact that you're here, learning, reflecting, growing, shows you're already moving in the right direction. Let's keep that momentum going. Share your thoughts below. Even a simple, I'm ready to connect, lets us know you're serious about leveling up in this area. And if you want more practical wisdom to thrive in relationships, communication, and life, hit subscribe and join our growing community. The best is still ahead. Boundaries matter. Recognizing and respecting boundaries, yours and hers, is at the heart of every meaningful connection. Master that, and you'll build relationships rooted in respect, trust, and real connection, the foundation of a fulfilling life. When it comes to identifying subtle signals from women, it's easy to misinterpret friendly gestures as something more, or conversely, overlook genuine signs of attraction. That's why understanding boundaries is crucial. A woman's boundaries, whether expressed verbally or non-verbally, are her way of communicating comfort levels and trust. For men striving to live by the principles of Stoicism and become high-value individuals, it's important to adopt a calm, observant mindset and a deep respect for her autonomy. As Epicurus wisely said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This applies not just to hearing her words, but also to observing her actions. By paying attention to her body language, tone of voice, and responses, you can better understand where the line between friendliness and attraction lies, helping you avoid missteps that could harm the connection. In today's world, where relationships often mix platonic and romantic undertones, it can feel tricky to distinguish between friendly gestures and signs of genuine interest. For instance, a woman who engages in light banter, shares a laugh, or simply enjoys your company might be expressing friendship. However, when those actions are paired with lingering eye contact, physical proximity, or subtle touches, they may signal deeper attraction. Let me share a story. A man in his late 40s once recounted how he misread a colleague's kindness as romantic interest, leading to an awkward misunderstanding. Upon reflection, he realized that while she enjoyed their conversations, her consistent mention of her partner and lack of physical cues were clear boundaries. If he had paid closer attention to these signs, he could have avoided the discomfort that followed. So I ask you, have you ever stopped to reflect on whether you're listening to what's being said or noticing what's not being said? Respecting boundaries isn't about hesitation or fear. It's about self-awareness and empathy. A Stoic mindset encourages us to approach such moments with patience, letting interactions unfold naturally rather than forcing them. When you focus on being respectful, composed, and genuine, you show that you value her comfort and individuality. High-value men don't push past boundaries. They navigate them with care and attentiveness, fostering an environment built on trust and respect. In the end, recognizing and respecting boundaries is about finding the right balance between observation and action. Missteps often happen when we rush to conclusions or fail to notice the subtle cues. But when you approach interactions thoughtfully with respect and integrity, you not only avoid misunderstandings, but also show that you are a man of emotional intelligence. The power of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the cornerstone of meaningful relationships and a vital tool for understanding attraction. It's not just about knowing how to act. It's about being deeply aware of your own emotions, as well as the feelings of others. When you develop self-awareness, you start to recognize how your actions, words, and even your presence impact those around you. Empathy, on the other hand, allows you to step into someone else's shoes and understand their feelings without judgment. Together, self-awareness and empathy create a powerful combination that can change the way you approach dating and relationships. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where you felt truly seen and understood? That feeling doesn't happen by accident. It's often the result of someone who is emotionally intelligent, someone who listens with intention, responds thoughtfully, and creates a space where trust can thrive. In a world full of distractions where meaningful connections can feel rare, emotional intelligence is more crucial than ever. Take the example of a man in his 60s who shared his journey of self-growth. After years of struggling with relationships, he realized that while he had focused on external traits like appearance and status, he had overlooked the importance of understanding himself and the emotions of his partner. Once he began practicing self-awareness and empathy, his relationships transformed. Through self-reflection and practicing empathy, he started approaching dating in a whole new way. He became a better listener, asked more thoughtful questions, and responded with genuine interest rather than defensiveness. Over time, he noticed that the women he interacted with felt more comfortable opening up to him, leading to deeper and more authentic connections. What about you? Have you ever taken the time to reflect on how your emotional responses affect your interactions? Emotional intelligence isn't just about understanding others. It's also about building the skills to communicate your own emotions effectively, creating relationships grounded in trust and mutual respect. A Stoic mindset teaches us the importance of self-awareness. It encourages us to focus on what we can control, our reactions, emotions, and actions, rather than being fixated on external outcomes. This is especially important when it comes to navigating the complexities of attraction. Instead of relying on grand gestures or superficial charm to impress someone, emotionally intelligent individuals understand that true, meaningful relationships are built on authenticity and presence. As Epicurus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By responding with calmness and understanding, you show that you're not only in tune with yourself, but also with the needs and feelings of others. Emotional intelligence helps you recognize those subtle signals from women, the unspoken cues that often speak louder than words. When you're attuned to her body language, tone of voice, and micro-expressions, you can sense her comfort level or interest without jumping to conclusions. If she leans in or maintains eye contact, it could signal that she's engaged and connected. But if she seems distant or hesitant, an emotionally intelligent man adjusts his approach. He respects her boundaries and creates a space where she feels safe and comfortable. This balance of awareness and respect is what defines high-value men and sets them apart in the realm of relationships. The beauty of emotional intelligence is that anyone can develop it. Start by reflecting on your own emotions, how you feel, why you feel that way, and how those feelings influence your actions. Practice active listening in your conversations by focusing not just on the words being said, but on the emotions behind them. In the end, emotional intelligence is not only a tool for attraction, it's a way of living with greater awareness, compassion, and authenticity. Whether you're building a new relationship or strengthening an existing one, self-awareness and empathy are the keys to creating bonds that are meaningful and lasting. By embracing emotional intelligence and the principles of Stoicism, you can navigate the complexities of attraction with confidence. You can build relationships based on trust and respect, and ultimately find stoic happiness in the connections you create. Self-growth is the foundation of genuine attraction and meaningful relationships. It all starts with how you present yourself to the world. For men striving to connect with women or rediscover themselves, the journey begins not by seeking external validation, but by cultivating internal confidence and purpose. Have you ever considered how your habits, mindset, and attitude shape the way others perceive you? Women are naturally drawn to men who embody authenticity, strength, and direction, qualities that are cultivated through consistent self-improvement. Instead of focusing on external expectations, channel your energy into becoming the high-value man you aspire to be, the kind of man who doesn't just attract others, but inspires them. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions are endless and external pressures are high, the importance of self-growth cannot be overstated. Personal development isn't about achieving perfection, it's about making progress. Start by assessing where you stand in key areas of your life: your health, career, mindset, and relationships. Are you taking care of your physical health, showing ambition in your goals, and cultivating a stoic mindset that keeps you grounded in the face of challenges? These are the qualities that not only build self-confidence, but also send a powerful signal to others that you're a man who values growth and purpose. When he made the decision to prioritize self-growth, focusing on his fitness, learning new skills, and improving his communication, he noticed something powerful. Not only did he feel better about himself, but others responded to him more positively as well. Self-growth isn't just about physical or mental improvements, it's about emotional intelligence too. Understanding your own emotions and how they impact your relationships is a crucial part of the journey. When you work on your ability to communicate, listen, and respond with empathy, you show the people around you, especially women, that you're not just confident but also caring and self-aware. This ties directly into the teachings of Stoicism, where the focus is on controlling what you can, your actions and reactions, while letting go of what you can't. As Epicurus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In terms of attraction, this means approaching connections with patience, authenticity, and respect, letting your growth naturally shine through without arrogance or pretense. The beauty of focusing on self-growth is that it creates a ripple effect. When you invest in yourself, you not only feel better and more confident, but you also inspire trust and admiration in others. People are drawn to those who actively work to better themselves. It signals ambition, resilience, and self-respect. By prioritizing self-growth, you position yourself as a man of value, someone who isn't afraid to put in the effort to achieve his goals and build meaningful relationships. You also set the standard for how others should treat you, ensuring that you attract people who respect and appreciate your efforts. Incorporate self-growth into your daily life. Start small, but stay consistent. Focus on your physical health, whether it's exercising, eating better, or simply staying active. Develop mental resilience by practicing mindfulness, learning from challenges, and embracing the principles of stoic happiness, where fulfillment comes from growth rather than external rewards. Seek knowledge, refine your skills, and nurture your passions. When you're engaged in what excites and motivates you, it reflects in your energy and presence. Most importantly, take time to reflect on your journey and celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. In the end, attraction isn't about trying to impress others. It's about becoming someone who inspires admiration and trust through actions, authenticity, and self-respect. By embracing self-growth, you not only improve the quality of your life, but also create a magnetic presence that draws people toward you for all the right reasons. Remember, as Seneca wisely put it, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Self-growth is your preparation, and the connections you make are the opportunities waiting to unfold. So, take the first step today and watch how the journey toward becoming your best self transforms not just how you see yourself, but also how others see you. Thank you for joining me today and investing in yourself. Your journey toward growth and connection is one of the most powerful commitments you can make, not just for others, but for yourself. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Win Stoic, where we explore the tools and wisdom to help you become the high-value man you're destined to be. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Drop a comment below. Your insights might just inspire someone else. Remember, every small step you take in mastering your mindset, actions, and relationships brings you closer to the life you deserve. Until next time, stay confident, stay grounded, and keep growing. The best is yet to come.